ESGN Nation, and welcome back to another episode here of the Cleveland Browns franchise. This is Dawg Pound TV, and this is episode number 4 as we're getting into our bye week this week. And we're taking a look at some, obviously some stats, look at some standings here, and of course some rankings that we have right now for the team. And like I said, been playing excellent here so far. We're 12-0. Going into our bye week here, and we're ready. We're ready for things to play out, and ready for the playoffs. Of course, we got 5 more games left, and we've got, of course, another big game coming up. Actually, every game now from now on to the play to obviously Super Bowl are big games. But we got another AFC North game coming up. That's against the Ravens, who we just seen in the last. If you've seen the previous video here, that was against the Ravens, and that was a dogfight. And I'm pretty sure I'm planning on for another dogfight here coming up for this game that we'll see here in this. In the next episode here after this video is over with. So take a look here. We're currently 12-0. Buccaneers are 10-1. And then of course you look down the line. There's a lot of 7-4s there. So that's going to be a thing for both for the NFC and AFC. And of course, take a look here. The sweepstakes for the number 1 position is obviously between the Washington Raiders, Lions, and Steelers, who right now Steelers look like they are the worst team, and of course we play them, I believe, in week 17 to finish off the season. I believe that'll be a road game. I think both games, if I'm not mistaken, I think those are both road games. I think the Pittsburgh Steelers and the Bengals. We still play those 2 teams. So for whatever reason, I kept thinking that we already played them already, but apparently we have not. So I knew we played them once, but I thought we played them twice in a row already. But I guess, I don't know what I was thinking. There you see the rest of the NFC there. You see the AFC before that. So a lot of craziness that's going on right now in the league, right, as a whole. But there you see Lions, obviously the worst team in the NFC. But there you see there are, of course, our record there, 12-0. Ravens 12-1. Bengals 7-4. They're one of the teams in there in that pack of that 7-4 stable there, because there's a lot of them. And I mean, there's a lot. So the battle for that position is going to be, trying to get a playoff spot is going to be really, really brutal for a lot of those teams. And the AFC South, 9-3 for the Titans, who obviously playing really good. King Henry doing his job here, having a great season. Jaguars, they're 6-5. Colts 4-8, and Texans 3-8, who are not playing so well there. Of course, Colts right now, my Colts, they're a 3-game losing streak there, so they got to turn things around there. They're going to lead, well, not necessarily, that's a bottom, that's at least in the top 10 there in the draft, but, anyway, we got to do better there, Colts. Come on. As for the Patriots, they're 8-4, Dolphins 7-5, Bills 5-6, which I'm really surprised they're that bad, but still, they're just a game below 500. And Jets 4-7. I thought the Bills would be in second place there, but for whatever reason, the Dolphins are actually playing pretty good right now. And then the Chiefs 7-4, Chargers and Chargers and Broncos there's 4-7. Pretty much Chiefs have that one locked up in the AFC West. And then Raiders, obviously, they're looking for that, trying to get that that number 1 pick, as they're 2-9 right there, along with the Steelers, who are fighting for that chance to be the number 1 pick, along with the Lions. They're 2-7, or excuse me, 2-9. Bears right now lead to there in the AFC North. And then, of course, the AFC South. Well, hey, that pick, that trade that we made with the Falcons, hey, it's looking pretty good there because they're 28th. So we got a top 5? Yeah, top 5. So yeah, come on, Atlanta, keep sucking. Lose a couple more games there, and get up in the. Get up in that top 4. Get up that top 4 there. That number 5 pick that we traded for you guys for this year for Clowney. That's gonna actually work out for us. That's gonna be nice. I cannot wait. And then of course take a look at the NFC West. There you see their numbers. Obviously Seahawks doing very well for themselves. 7-4 as well. Rams 6-5. 5-6 and 5 with the Cardinals and the 49ers. Of course, this is not the Rams team that, this is the same season that the Rams would have went to the Super Bowl, but they're not looking like that Super Bowl team that everybody was so excited for, especially down the stretch here of the season. So. And then of course look at our, this Chiefs game was just I cannot believe we were beating the Chiefs that bad, 49-7. Texans just as worse, 67-3. And then of course we had some close games there. Of course obviously the Ravens game that we just had there was by far the closest. But the Chargers game, that was another close game there. That was actually a really fun game, I think, if I remember correctly. Yeah, 34-31. So, like I said, our team's been doing great. I mean, they've just been doing a great job there. Defensively, our defense has really been stepping up. Even though we've been putting up, giving up many points as we have this season, this defense knows how to come in here. I wish they would come in here more often, but when the chips are down and we need some big plays, they know how to come in there and turn things around, and that's what they did. Early on this season. Now that a lot of teams now that we're facing against now here in the latter part of the season, we have got more game film and seeing what our defense can do. Our defense is kind of exposed, so we're going to have to make some changes here, make some alterations. I am making some few changes when it comes to personnel on the team on certain packages as we go through this, I guess you could say, second half of the season, or the back half of the regular season here, and just kind of shape things up. Also, too, Nick Chubb, he should be making a return, which is going to be very nice for us. He's been out for 3-4 weeks now for his injury, that poor groin. So it's going to be nice to have him back. We can really, honestly, make him a 1,000-yard rusher. If he's not already there already, I'm not sure. We'll see here in just a bit. But Baker Mayfield, of course, it'd be nice if Mayfield did not make. If he could not have thrown 10 of those interceptions, he would have an MVP season. There you see 37 touchdowns, 17 interceptions. He's been sacked 23 times, which I'm really liking that number, most importantly, and over almost 4,000 yards here for this season. Nick Chubb is a 1,000-yard rusher. He has 1,036. Kareem Hunt, is 1,189 yards running this season. Both have 14 rushing touchdowns. They're just 3 behind, I believe, Christian McCaffrey this season, because I think McCaffrey has the most right now. I think with 17 on the ground. Felton there, he has 3 rushing touchdowns as well, and of course Janovich has 1 with 4 carries for 20 yards. And I think we're probably using Janovich more often here. I think going through our plays and whatnot, I want to see more for the fullback presence in here, and that's going to be something that's going to be implemented really more so next season, greatly so more next season, as I want to improve and get a lot of pretty much a lot of our backs, fullbacks, halfbacks involved in the running game, and be able to run the ball a lot more consistent and concise. As you see, Take a look here at the receiving numbers there, and of course, only 1,000-yard receiver is Landry, but OBJ, he's just about 6 yards away from being a 1,000-yard receiver. So that's gonna be nice to get him involved. Of course, he is one of the top wide receivers in touchdowns this season. And there you see some of the other guys that have been helping out, some of the other role players here and been stepping up as of late. And of course, take a look at the blocking. But for the most part here, this has been, like I said, this is just I'm a firm believer. I like to pass the ball around. I don't like to key on one guy in the receiving game. I want to key on 2 or 3 guys. The 2 wide receivers, a tight end, and maybe even the fullback. If we have a fullback that has some hands, which if you watched the last episode, Hunt did not have any hands. I don't know where his hands went off to since then. I know it's been a while since I played Madden, but at the same time, it's like, come on, dude, you gotta get work on those hands. That's what we've been doing, because a lot of people, if you remember in the last episode, we got those huge, a lot of XP for the team, for the entire team. So I upgraded a lot of the players with their hands, especially the receivers with their hands, and especially with our halfbacks like Mr. Hunt, working on their catch and whatnot. We need those big catches there because I want to get him involved more so in the second half. In these last couple of games here in the passing game. So I don't want to be one-dimensional with our halfbacks. I want them involved in the passing game if we need them to. Throw those short passes, those short intermediate passes that will really help us out. Because you've seen that game. If he would have gotten half of those catches, I mean, we would have had several first downs, and we wouldn't be in the predicament that we were in those situations there. Especially that, particularly that one drive that he had a stall drive. I mean, he could have literally got away from the defender and got a huge, big first down. If not, he got in the end zone. So, catching the ball, guys, is important. First and foremost, don't worry about the footsteps. Just catch the ball and go. Defensively, there you see some of the numbers there. I really wish we can get Myles Garrett get going. I mean, he's been doing a pretty good job there. He's kind of tapered off since the beginning of the season, but I think he's waiting for this next few games to really get fired up, and especially the playoffs. So I'm really hoping that will be the case. We don't have a double-digit sack leader right now, but I'm sure by the end of the season we could do it. We could easily do that. We got 2 guys there, about 7.5 there, Billings and Garrett there. They could easily get 10 or 11 sacks for the season. Of course, interception-wise, so you see Ward, Williams, and Delpit. Oh my God, Delpit is just one of my favorites right now. He has 5 interceptions. I believe he leads the league right now in interceptions this season. This kid has been just playing great. We got a lot of good young defensive guys here, and that's why I said I cannot wait. We're gonna add a few. I want to, at least ideally this season, I want to add some more defensive pieces to the team. I want to make sure that the defense gets stronger and better, especially in the linebacker. That's what we're kind of looking at. But also too, I want to make sure that offensive line is getting penetrated and doesn't get penetrated as easily and has a fighting chance in the game. So that's what we're going to try to work on for season 2, is get the offensive line. And of course, like I said, we got that nice, if the Falcons can stay in that top 5 there for the draft, that'll be very, very helpful for us, because we have their number 5 pick this season, and that's going to be very helpful for us for finding an offensive lineman. And there's a few that I've seen out there that I really, really would like to get. If they happen to be not on the board, we'll talk more about that. I'll have a future episode of this when we're talking more about the draft. But if there is if we don't have if there's not a decent offensive lineman out there, then we'll definitely go on the defensive side of the ball and keep the defense strong. And we may have to, just, depending on really too. I mean, free agency too, because you got to remember we got free agency out there. So you'll see what we can get for free agency when it comes to the offensive line, and we can't have nothing offensive line wise. Then definitely, that'll be the pick we'll use for in the draft. Take a look here, just some stats you guys can look at. Baker Mayfield, there you see, has the most interceptions, 17. Not a list that you want to be the most of, number one of. And then, of course, look at the number of times sacked. Fitzpatrick's been tackled the most times, and you see some other familiar names in there on that list for the most sacks. Take a look at rushing. McCaffrey just 1,308. Henry right there at 1,284. And then we're not far from him on that. But there you see McCaffrey, 16. I thought he had 17. He had 16 rushing touchdowns this season. And of course, fumbles. Not a list that we want to see our quarterback on. Neither one of those quarterbacks. I mean, they're seen quite often on those as fumbles, if I remember correctly from last year. But that's not a list we want our guy to be on, and we got to try to avoid that as much as possible. I just wish they didn't count the ones that were out of bounds, because technically yes, it's a fumble, but there's no one getting that fumble. Like, it's just out of bounds. Landry, there you see 1081. Him and Michael Evans are both 1,000-yard receivers, and then you see Watkins there in third place with 9 touchdowns. Of course, our guy, he has Landry and OBJ, I believe, are in the top there for touchdown receptions this season. So that's nice to see. Like I said, we've been throwing a lot of touchdowns, we're getting a lot of, but at the same time, just like, just wish we did not have to throw so many freaking interceptions, because the interception, if we didn't throw so many freaking interceptions, I mean, we'd have a great, kick-ass quarterback, man. People would have to shut up about it. Aaron Donald, of course, your top sack leader this season, having a great time with him. And of course, if I remember correctly, I don't think we had too much trouble with him when it comes to sacks. So that was a little scary. At least we don't have to see him no more. I don't think we had to deal with him too much in that last game, or that game that we had with the Rams earlier in the season. But we don't have to worry about seeing him in the playoffs. So thank God. That's a scary man. And then, of course, take a look at some more numbers here for defensive wise. You guys can take a look. But yeah, like I said, that just some of the strategies we want to do is just really one, make sure that we are throwing the football correctly and making good, solid passes, and really truly just be able to read the defense. I mean, just read the freaking defense, find your open guy, get it to him. And not to mention, we cannot have guys to be dropping footballs. That's just not allowed at all. We've got to get those passes completed, and just make some simple passes. We don't have to always go down. I mean, it'd be nice. I mean, I'm not gonna lie. We'd love to throw the ball down the field and make big plays, but at the same time, I think really just utilizing the midfield. And using our halfbacks and getting those screen passes, stuff like that really helps us out. And it's been helping us out quite a bit, and that's how we've been winning most of our games. But at the same time, I want to go down the field and make some, make some deep passes, make some 50-50 pass, throw up some 50-50 balls, and just see if these guys can do something. And guys like OBJ and Landry, they've been putting up some good numbers here. They should be primed and ready to go. Should be looking for those, and should be expecting those passes. So we're going to be doing that. Trying to do that more often, because I have good confidence that we can do that. We can get those passes in. Kicking wise, okay, our kicker, we got to do something with him, because he is just, I don't know where his head's at right now. He has not been kicking very well, and it's been kind of just aggravating, to say the least. Very aggravating. So hopefully that will change, and hopefully we'll get better with that as we as the weeks and go on here. Because if not, we're gonna have to see if we can find somebody in free agency. I don't know what his contract is right now. Excuse me, what it's like right now. But if things do not turn around here, we might end up having to use our punter to take care of our place kicking there. So yeah, I don't want to go that route, but you know, that, or we're just gonna have to be more confident and like, okay, well, we're just gonna go out here and get 2-point conversions here. So you know, I mean, like I said, it's been a while since I've played Madden, and I do apologize for that. I will say that first and foremost, because this year's Madden, just like last year's Madden, I thought I was gonna get into it, and then it's just like, yeah, I just didn't get into it. I just had a hard time, and not to mention with the I had to wait a whole freaking month. I had to wait until actually October to finally start a series because I wanted the scouting mechanism in there and all that kind of stuff. So that's why we're, by now we should have been at least season 3 or 4. So hopefully I'll have better pacing with Madden 23. I do have some ideas what we're going to do for Madden 23, and I'll probably have a update video about that at some point here, about some ideas I have for moving the series along, this traditional franchise mode, and try to move it along as quickly as we can so we can get some extra season in. And not to mention, I would love to get our Highland Scotty players in there, and be able to draft them and all that kind of stuff. So and I still plan on putting our Highland Scotty players in the draft classes even in 23. So be prepared for that, and I'll have those draft classes out there for you guys, just as well as I have the ones out for this one right now that are out there on it's on the PS4. So if you got a PS4, the Madden 22 game, that's where you can find it. I'll let you guys know what those draft classes are, so you guys can play as them yourself. But as we take a look here, just kind of getting close to wrapping this video up here, we're just looking at some of this possible award winners here this season, and for the most part, pretty normal, pretty standard guys there. Obviously, if we were doing well with Baker Mayfield, he would definitely, I think in one of those, I think he is in the top 5 for like player of the year or whatever. But it's just his interceptions, that's what's holding him back. So and then of course, you take a look at the NFC players there. Justin Fields having a great I guess statistically he's having a great rookie season. As a team wise, he's 5-7 right now with the Bears. And then take a look at some of the other awards, finalists here for these certain awards here: best linebacker, best DB, and some familiar names, some new names there, but for the most part here, not too bad. So as we take a look here, we've got a bye week press conference here, and of course we're talking about some strategies here. We're gonna give the guys time to go on a bonding retreat, or do we keep grinding, or do we self scout? And there's some positive and negatives to these 3 different scenarios here. And I don't know. I mean, this is tough because you want extra XP, but at the same time you don't want to lose stamina, or you want awareness, but again, you could be losing you could be losing stamina of some sort, or you can get awareness, and work on the awareness. And I think we need to work on the awareness bad, because like our fullback there, he did not know where he was going. I think in that last game there, he for whatever reason, he was not blocking for us at all. So there you see bonding, you get a +10 morale, but players players having a tough time getting back in the swing of things. We're going to lose at -5, and some other attributes there. So that's the cost. There's always a cost and reward in this situation. And of course, like I said, I want the guys to bond, and using that time to get to know each other better, and just working on their timing and just being familiar with each other on the field. and that's what we're going to do. Now take a look at there, the NFL playoffs. The playoffs were right now. We will obviously have the first round bye. Of course, same thing with the Buccaneers. The team matchups will be on the AFC side would be Tennessee and Miami. You got New England taking on the Bengals, so we could see the Bengals coming up in a potential next round, in that first round, or after that divisional round. And then Kansas City and Baltimore. I do not want to meet Baltimore. So Kansas City, if you do anything, if this was the scenario they were into right now, Kansas City, please, I would beg you to beat Baltimore. Please beat Baltimore. I do not want to deal with them. But yeah, that's would be the scenario in that. And then on the other side, AFC or NFC. Bucks obviously a first round bye, and then you got Seattle taking on Los Angeles, the Rams there, and then you got Dallas taking on Carolina, and the Bears taking on, which I'm really surprised about, Bears taking on the Saints there. So some pretty good matchups there if the season ended, but of course we still have 4 more weeks to play, or 5 more weeks to play, and yeah, we'll have to see how everything, if that's going to be the scenario that's going to be played out. Of course, Nick Chubb, like I said, he's going to be coming back here. He has 1 week left. He will, I've been at least told by the coaching staff and the medical staff, both say that he is ready to play. So, and he wants to play in this next game here. He wants to play against Baltimore. He didn't get to play in the first one, but he definitely wants to play in the second one. So, we'll see how things go coming up in that one. As we put our undefeated streak on the line again. Here we are, 12-0, taking on a 10-2 Baltimore Ravens, as they lost another game. Wow, they lost a second game there. So they're on a 2-game skid. They are trying to avoid 3, and we'll try to see if we can give them their 3rd loss of the season, or we'll see if they give us our 1st loss of the season. I don't know. We'll have to find out. So First Energy Field is going to be rocking. Cannot wait. Hopefully you guys can be able to come out and see us, and just stay tuned for the next episode as we take on Lamar Jackson and the Baltimore Ravens in episode number, I believe it would be number 13. No, it's going to be number 12. No, episode 13. Yeah, I was right the first time. So stay tuned for that, you guys, here on the channel. If you guys did enjoy today's episode, please leave a like. Don't forget to subscribe if you happen to be new. Hit that bell notification so you guys be notified of this series or any other series here on the channel. Follow us on Facebook, Twitter, and Discord for latest news and videos and all that kind of sort of stuff there on the channel. And not to mention, we do a live stream over on Twitch, so definitely go check it out. There's a link down below to their Twitch channel and the days and times that we are live streaming over there. Always a great time, and always chill vibe and just having fun over there. We live stream not just sports stuff, but just pretty much everything else. So again, guys, thank you guys so much for watching. Stay tuned for more here on the channel, and don't forget to check us out on our second channel on ESGNet LP. Got some nice content over there as well. But that's it, and we'll stay tuned for some more Cleveland Browns franchise here on the channel. As like I always say, keep yourselves healthy. Go Dogs. I'll see you guys next time.